So Zozobra is Santa Fe's boogeyman. He was the brainchild of Will Shuster, who was one of the Cinco Pintores, who actually is the reason why Santa Fe became the art colony that it did. So they went downtown to La Fonda, and they started drinking and they started eating, and one of the things that Shuster noticed was that everybody was just kind of gloomy. It was Christmas Eve and nobody was festive, people were not. He was trying to joke with them, and so he got upset at one point and grabbed napkins off of the bar and demanded that they write down what was bothering them. He waited for the bartender to go in the back, put the napkins on the bar, lit them on fire, and declared that their gloom was gone. Shuster went down to Mexico with one of his friends and witnessed the fact that this village actually built an effigy of Judas. And they would parade it through the town and people would spit at it and throw shoes at it. And at the end, they would go to their plaza and they would burn it. And this is how he came up with the idea of how you would burn away your gloom. And the biggest event in Santa Fe is the Las Fiestas de Santa Fe. At that time, it had been going on for 200 years, which is the oldest continuous celebration in the United States. So he thought, this is the perfect idea to kick off the fiesta because you'll be able to get rid of your gloom. And the idea is that through our misdeeds, through our lying to one another or letting each other down, that this gloom starts to accumulate. And as this gloom accumulates through the year, it actually materializes into the specter that is Zozobra. And the idea was, let's invite him to the biggest party that Santa Fe has, which is Las Fiestas de Santa Fe. So the town fathers issue an invitation to Zozobra and say, this party is in your honor, which is why he shows up in his bow tie and his little tux. Zozobra gets upset, uses his powers, and he's able to throw the entire city into darkness. And what he does next is that he's going to use Santa Fe's kids against the Santa Fe adults. So he takes the kids and he devoids them of all their hopes and their dreams and their aspirations, and they become kind of zombie-like, which we call gloomies. And these gloomies are now sent out to march out and take over as his little minions. The town people respond by waving torches at him. And this has two effects. One is it angers Zozobra, who gets more and more angry, but at the same time, it also makes the children kind of snap out of this dreamlike zombie state and they run off back to their parents. And just as our misdeeds and the bad things that we do to each other, also the good things that's in us, the hope, the aspirations, the acts of kindness, the Good Samaritan, that also creates a specter, and that's called the fire spirit. And so that fire spirit starts accumulating from the goodwill of the people of Santa Fe. And that fire spirit is Zozobra's nemesis. And that fire spirit appears to do battle with Zozobra and ultimately does Zozobra in, hence burning away our gloom for another year and allowing us to celebrate our fiesta. And the genius of this event is that you're standing with all of these people, right? And it's a very primal thing. You're burning something. It's very human that people love fire. But at the same time, you're experiencing a very, very personal experience because you yourself know what you want to symbolically leave in the past. You know yourself what has been bothering you or what's caused you gloom or caused you anguish. We call it the Zozobra bug. You know, once you're bitten by the Zozobra bug, you are forever infected, if you will, because it's such an amazing opportunity to get to come together as a community and to really cathartically wash away kind of these sins of the past and really start new.